Hey everybody, welcome to the G. Louise book series. I'm Christina Kristina. This is where we read books and talk about books. There's no special effects. I have no theme music. I have no anything special going on. My audio's on, not so good. My visual's not so good. But I'm asking everybody to help me achieve a Christmas miracle, because it will truly be a Christmas miracle if it happens. I would like 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. For those of you who have already subscribed, thank you very much, most appreciated. But I need 900 more in 2 months, and I've been at this 11 months, and I've only got 100. So spread the word, see what you can do. But welcome to the G. Louise book series. I'm Christina Kristina. This is where we read book, talk books. Don't forget about Flashback Monday. We're now doing the year 2008. All the books that I was reading then. I use my Romantic Times book review magazine that did over 250 reviews a month. This is before book reviews or Goodreads or any of those big places internet-wise came out. This was all paper. There was no other magazine that does this. Even the ones today, Mystery Scene and a few others, they don't even come close. And they did the books that you actually read. They didn't do big sellers, but they actually did romance and inspirational and Regencies and paranormals and urbans and erotica. They did them all. So you'll have to check out Flashback Mondays and Star Trek Fridays. So today we are doing book eight, I believe. I'll double check later. J.P. Beaumont, J.A. JANCE, Minor in Possession. Now, as we've talked about previously, J.P. is a detective in the homicide department in Seattle, Washington. He is divorced from his wife, Karen, and he has a son, Scott, and a daughter, Kelly. His best friend and attorney, Ames, and his other best friend, Ron Peters. This is an away case. We have talked about this previously, that JP is an alcoholic, and he was ignoring the situation like most alcoholics do. And they say the first step to admitting first step to getting better is to actually admit you have a problem, because the first thing they do is not admit they have a problem. So JP was told in the last book that he either stops drinking and goes into rehab, or he dies. That's what the doctor is like. You're going to do A or B. There's no in between here. So to cover for his work situation, Ames sends him to a rehab place out in Arizona, and they're just saying he's ill, not specifically saying what the illness is. So he's out in this resort area, in this rehab place that's good but not so good. Drafty cabins, it's wet, it's rainy, it's supposed to be Arizona, it's supposed to be hot and warm. Instead, he's hit it during the rainy season. So he's out at the rehab place, and it's family week. He's been through some detox already, and they're doing some counseling, and they have the families come in, and the families vent and say, you were never there for this or this. You were so busy drinking, blah, 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 blah. You missed all these family events. This is why the divorce happened, blah, blah, blah. So he's at this family week, and he's got a rental car, and he didn't lock his gun in the locker provided. He left it in the glove compartment of his rental car. And he's also been assigned a roommate, and his roommate is a 17-year-old drug addict who's also got a past, which will come to light as the book progresses. Also, the owners of the rehab place are not reputable people. They too have a past, and they too drive me bonkers with their preventing JP to report stuff. I think so. I'm just trying to find that page. It was driving me crazy. So he's at the resort and he's in his room, and it's this, and he sees his daughter kiss Joey. Joey is the 17-year-old that's his roommate, and he gets upset that he kissed his daughter. And he tries to, like, you're not 18 yet, you're underage, you shouldn't be doing this stuff. And his daughter gets bent. Total teenage angst. My world is coming to the end, the whole 9 yards. In the meantime, it turns out that Joey was promiscuous with another girl at the resort who is now with child. So her father comes and spends the night with JP, waiting for Joey to come home because he wants to beat the life out of Joey for making his daughter with child. And they wait all night, and Joey never returns. And so the next day, JP discovers that his car keys are missing, and he goes out to the parking lot and discovers that his keys are in the passenger seat or driver's seat. The window is open, and he opens up his glove compartment box to check out the rental agreement and his gun, and he determines that the gun has been fired. And he wants to report all this, and they refuse to allow him near a phone. He's not allowed a phone in rehab. And the whole place gives him grief. And you're like so frustrated. There's this crime that's been committed. I want to call the police. And they eventually and they do that. And then later on, he finds a snake in his room, and he thinks someone is trying to kill him. And the reasons why the snake was there is revealed later on. There are several people that come into this situation that are trying to hide their backgrounds and their past, and they've all got secrets. And apparently there were several people, not just one. There's at least two people, or two that I can be sure of, that were performing adult activities with minors. Let me put it that way. But the Crenshaws just tick me off. I'm not overwrought, as you call it. Somebody planted a damn rattlesnake in my cabin this afternoon. It's a wonder I didn't step on it in the dark. Louise laughed then, uproariously, almost hysterically. Calvin Crenshaw hurried to his wife's side, a worried frown on his face. Come on inside, Louise. You must sit down. She pulled away from his grasp. I'm all right, Calvin, but I want this man out of here now. We'll talk about this tomorrow, Calvin said to me, turning as if to take Louise back into the house. No, we won't, I insisted, before we could hustle her inside. We'll talk about it now, tonight. Don't you understand? I'm telling you, somebody tried to kill me. And they completely brush him off, and they kick him out of the rehab because they've got secrets to hide. The Crenshaws have got secrets to hide. And apparently they're not the only ones with secrets to hide. There are quite a few people in this book with secrets to hide. Ames has a little flirtation going on. I'm not sure if that'll go anyplace, but he accidentally finally meets his wife Karen's new husband, her second husband, who proves to be a really good guy in the end, because JP only had a casual conversation with the guy because they didn't know who each other was at the time of the conversation. They had just met in a restaurant, and they were sitting at the bar, and JP was not drinking. He was really, really tempted to do so, but he did not. So JP cannot help himself, but he ends up investigating the case. He runs into his roommate Joey's mom, and she asked him to look into it, and apparently she's got some secrets too. She also has a flirtation with Ames, and then the kids, Michelle's dad, the guy that waited all night with Beau, his daughter goes missing, and she has some secrets too, and apparently the 17-year-old kept a diary, so there are secrets there. There are some bad guys involved in this. Apparently, Joey thought JP was a narc because he was involved in drug trafficking. The kid, Joey. So there's a whole lot going on in here. In addition, We don't get too much of JP's angst over the alcohol, but I know we will in future books. But it's a good book. It's a good read. You get to know the family finally. You get to spend more time with Ames, and Ames gets a little vulnerable with the situation. They do have a couple of major bad guy encounters. There's about 3 or 4 of them where JP gets in situations and he needs help getting out of them, and they're really sticky and dangerous. People get hurt. So check it out. It's Minor in Possession, Book 8, J.P. Beaumont. It's a good series. J.P. sometimes frustrates the life out of me because he ignores stuff, and I know it's plot line. You know, he ignores it so later on it comes back and bites him in the butt. But so you get to meet Karen for a little bit and Scott and Kelly for a little bit, and they turn out to be good kids. Although Kelly will tempt her father to his limit in a couple of books later. We will get to that. But so please hit the like and subscribe. Let me know I'm doing a good job. I hope you enjoying this read through the series as I am. I'm binging. And don't forget my Steve Berry reviews, and I've got a couple others. I picked up a Richmond, the Devil Club book club thing. I might try that one. But don't forget Flashback Mondays and Star Trek Fridays. We're going through season 4. So please hit the like and subscribe. Let me know I'm doing a good job. Thank you. Most appreciated.